Hey guys, it's the Wiiviewer
And the LilWiiviewer.
and we're gonna review
Disney Infinity.
for the Wii U. So this is kind of like a Skylanders type of game where you put the characters on a pad and it recognizes it. So it's like a toy that you have in the physical world that you put on a pad. Because you're a big fan of Skylanders, so this probably really excited you.
Yes, it did.
Overall, what did you think of Disney's Infinity?
I thought it was a pretty amazing game.
What was your favorite part in it?
Probably the toy box mode, where you place the whatever you want, wherever you want.
I agree, the toy box mode was probably the best thing about this game.
The graphics looked really good. It's got the cartoon feel, so everything can kind of merge together
Yeah, I would
quite
agree.
nicely. So you can have Monsters U together with Incredibles and have the same feel, like they belong in the same world.
The game is playing that you're playing as the toy. That's the whole point of this. So you're not actually like Jack Sparrow, you're actually the toy of Jack Sparrow. Only the characters that are supposed to be in those worlds can go in those worlds. So you can't have a car person go into the monsters world. And I thought that was probably the most disappointing thing. If you're gonna have toys that you can switch out, make it like the Skylanders and make it so you can bring in any toy into any world you want.
Yes, but the whole point is it's got a story meant for said characters.
What is the point of the toy?
The whole toy feel?
I mean, they could have done this game without the toys. I don't think they could have done the Skylanders game effectively without the Skylanders toys. I can absolutely see this game not needing the toys.
I agree with you.
But I think maybe Disney's kind of saying, the toys aren't extra, here's the collectible. It's not as well done as Skylanders when it comes to the actual need for the toys. You can buy little additional add-ons that you can get like special bonuses and unlock certain things with the toy box, but it just didn't feel like you needed it.
Yeah, I agree.
So the game gives you 3 characters with 3 worlds that you can explore. Pirates of the Caribbean, Monsters University, and the Incredibles world. And they each played a little differently. Monsters University was more of like, what did you say, a stealth game?
Yes, going around the 2 different campuses.
The Incredibles was more of an open-ended world, even if it was just a very simple open-ended world, it still was one. And the Pirates of the Caribbean is, you'll never believe this one, playing as a pirate. We also bought the Cars one too, so that one was like a racing one. So that was kind of cool that it would give you different gameplay styles. Which one do you think was your favorite out of all the ones we've played?
I liked Monsters U the best. I thought sneaking up behind people was kind of cool. It was sometimes really hard to do because no matter what you would do, it'd be like you would get caught. But it was still really cool going around the opposing campus and toilet papering their trees.
Yeah, Monsters was okay. I played them all and I did not like the Incredibles. I thought that one was a little boring at times. The single player games were very simplified, even in the Monsters University. There was nothing really that challenging. I mean, it's a kid's game. It shouldn't be like taxing your brain like, how am I supposed to get past this? No, it's easy. But I think the Pirates of the Caribbean one was by far the best because it actually had a storyline that I found intriguing. There will be other sets that you can buy, that you can get other worlds later on that for sale. Yeah, I've seen the list of the ones that are coming up, and I've noticed a very interesting problem with all the games that they've decided to release for this game.
Uh-oh.
It's that there is no Disney feel to this game at all. I mean, yes, the Sorcerer's Apprentice Mickey is in there. When I think of Disney, I don't think of The Incredibles. I don't think of Monsters University. I don't think of Cars. You know what I think of? I think of Pixar. There is actually a case to be made that this could actually have been called Pixar's Infinity. There were so many other licenses they could have pulled from, like the Snow White had a rich background. The Little Mermaid would have been fantastic, swimming under the water. Sleeping Beauty, Donald Duck's adventures. Maybe something from the Disney afternoon. I just did DuckTales. They have the money bin in the game, the toy box, so why are they teasing us with that? Why not have a DuckTales adventure in Disney's Infinity? What'd you think?
I don't think Pixar when I see Disney movies.
So when you think Toy Story, you think Disney?
Yes.
Okay, maybe it's just me. The single player game was alright, but I think the real meat of this title is the toy box. Wouldn't you agree?
Yes, because that's the main feature of the game. The toy box is a world where you can do whatever you want, whenever you want, however you want. In the toy box, you're allowed to create your own worlds and games, and they give you many design choices, overhead cameras and basic logic for making your own game. You can create your own games and give the player a set objectives on what to do, whether it be recreating 1-1 in Mario Brothers or just making a racing track
as much fun as the toy box could be, you're limited by the amount of things that you have to put in it. Like there's a lot of limitations. Like you can get new items with a roulette when you level up, like a lottery sort of thing. I wish there was a way so we could just unlock all the pieces so we can play the game that we paid for.
Also, when I saw something like, ooh, look, an overhead camera, or ooh, look, grow panels, and I want to get it, I end up getting like a Merlin costume. And I'm like, thanks for my level up being a simple character. The roulette is just the miscellaneous stuff that you get throughout the game. That's why it exists. So you can get the money bin, because it doesn't have an adventure.
This isn't like some downloadable DLC where you're like, okay, for $5, I can get this, this, and this. It's just, you're stuck. You have to go buy another piece so you can level them up to get more spin.
Pay $15 to buy one character so you can get 15 spins, not even a full roulette table, to get, most of the time, random costumes and some weird set pieces that you probably won't like. I don't think it's a system that works. This game is really good and awesome and everything. But why? Why oh why? Why would you include this awful system in the game? It makes it so much harder doing what you want for what you do. If you go online and see what stuff people made, you're like, whoa, now I want to go on and make that. You can't, because you have to get everything in the roulette table.
So like you said, there's an online world, and that was cool. You could share your creations with the people out there in the internet world.
Hello, internet. I liked how it did not save to your internal memory, it saved to the cloud, meaning that it did not take up your hard drive space. Instead, it allowed you for 100 worlds of preset amount of items you can place, which is a lot, by the way, and upload it so you can play it on a different console.
So there is one thing you wanted to talk about, and that was the price. What'd you think of the price of this thing?
For this game, it's like 3 games in one, and the toy box. It's a good price for what it is. For the additional content, way overpriced.
Yeah, it's like $40.
For a new set, it's $40.
Between 30 and 40.
The most ridiculous of all of them is the characters. The characters are about $12 to $15 each, individually. And that's insane. Skylanders was okay with $7.
Well, the Giants were like 12 or 14.
Yeah, but you only need one to go through the entire game. And this, it's just some figures that don't really do much other than being a different character.
So, Disney's Infinity, little Wiiviewer, would you buy or skip because you can't rent this game?
I think you should buy it. It's a fun game overall, and you can expand it by yourself by creating your own world. Even though the figures are overpriced, they give you the figures with the set. I think it's worth a buy.
Well, this is a tough one. I did not enjoy the game as much as you did. I didn't think this game felt like a Disney game at all. Like I said before, it feels like Pixar's Infinity. I feel like they've totally wasted this great idea with an unneeded toy mechanic and a lackluster single-player game. But the toy box is what makes up for everything. So it's like, it's hard for me to say you should skip it because the toy box is outstanding, but everything else feels overpriced. It's just one of those things I'm totally on the fence on this one. I'm going to say it's worth a buy, and here's why. This game is not made for an adult. It's made for a young child. So maybe that's the reason I didn't quite find it as much fun as Skylanders. So I watched my children playing this game, and I saw pure enjoyment and excitement. So I do think it's worth a buy.